Salutations, everyone. I know I have been gone for a little while. Apologies. But the new season of Marvel Rivals comes out tomorrow. And before we get into it, I want to go over two things. First of all, the statistics from this season and the patch notes, and just kind of give my foresight onto this. So let us begin. Here's the hero hot list. It was updated 3 days ago as of recording. And how I'm going to be looking through this the way. Sorry. I'm going to be looking through this console competitive since I am a console player. And I played a lot of competitive near the end of the season. So, yeah. So we're starting off Moon Knight with the highest pick rate, which is 11%, and a 48% win rate. I'll just round up for these. Honestly, Moon Knight makes sense for like console, since aiming on controller is a bit more difficult than like mouse and keyboard, and Moon Knight is a lot easier to aim with since his primary and secondary ricochet a lot, and I mean, that's good, but like the win rate not being crazy high, I also get because Moon Knight is also not amazing. I mean, they're fine, but like they're not going to be like topping anything. Okay, next up, Scarlet Witch. This is an interesting one. Uh, Scarlet Witch is considered not really good. I do kind of agree with that because her ultimate just gets shut down so easily. Has very little damage output. Although she does have a higher win rate than Moon Knight. One thing that I quite like about Scarlet Witch is the team up with Magneto is incredibly good. And the also Scarlet Witch has one of the better stuns, being able to stun like 2 to 3 times, I believe. But yeah, honestly, higher win rate than Moon Knight. That's actually a fairly high win rate. Okay, Punisher. I'm not surprised this one's here. Basically the Soldier 76 of this game, having like a 45% win rate is kind of interesting. Uh, I mean, the ult's fine. He does have good damage output. The turret is really good unless people like know it's set up and know how to deal with it. Honestly, the reason that the win rate's so low is because Strange Shield is really good against the turret. And if you have good duelists, then Strange can hold the shield up for a couple of seconds, and it won't get broken because the turret will get broken first. Hela, 7.7. Really, I mean, they're the fourth highest pick rate, but so far our highest win rate. Not surprising, Hela is just insanely good. Hit scan. Let's see, hit scan. The ultimate just does so much. Um, ability is pretty good. The team up with Thor and Loki is really good. So yeah, not surprised this is here. Iron Man with almost a 50% win rate. Iron Man definitely is kind of a character that came up last minute. Initially, people thought they weren't good, but when they realized Thor, now the team up with Hulk is actually really strong, they started to get played. So, I'm not surprised. I've definitely played around with Iron Man's team up, and they are much better with it. So yeah, this makes sense. Winter Soldier. Uh, only let's see, 6.8 pick rate and a 48% win rate. Yeah, I mean, this makes like sense. Winter Soldier has an incredibly good kit, and there's so many good things you can do with him. I know on Hell's Heaven, people are using the hook to pull people off the map. Uh, but Winter Soldier's kit really solid, and it reflects here. Star Lord has is really close to Winter Soldier. Actually, no, he has a bigger win rate than Winter Soldier. Star-Lord is honestly like one of the best backliner characters, and that is primarily due to his team up with Adam Warlock. Even without Adam Warlock, Star-Lord can do a lot. Surprised it doesn't have a higher pick rate because I was seeing so much of him. Hawkeye, 48, 48 win rate. The bow and arrow, I will admit, is a lot harder to aim on console. I've tried doing it, and it's just, nah, I can't really do it. But still really close to Hela. These are what are considered like the two of the best range duelists. And yeah, Cyclock. 50.3. Is that more than Hela? No. The one to beat is 53. And it gets beaten down here, but we'll address that. Psylocke, obviously really good. Just what I need to say. Everything about Psylocke is really good. Really good kit, really good ultimate. It is going to get like a small nerf against Magneto and Hulk next season, but that's still fine. Spider-Man. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised to see the 50% win rate. I mean, Spider-Man, I don't know if I want to say he's good. The really weird thing about Spider-Man is like there's potential, but why would you need to learn him? Because just as you can see, play Magic, play Iron Fist, hell, play Black Panther. All those are easier dive characters to learn. But honestly, I'm surprised to see a 50% win rate. And now the new highest, 54. Magic. Magic is... Magic might be the best backliner. I don't know. For me, it's between Magic and Star-Lord. But honestly, Magic's ultimate is just incredibly strong. After people learned the combo for killing 250 HP, the throw dash melee, that definitely helped Magic. I know she's getting a bit of a buff next season, so I would honestly expect to see her pick rate go up a bit more. Iron Fist, 51% win rate. I mean, makes sense. Iron Fist does pretty much everything. They've got movement. They've got movement that deals damage. They've got protection. They've got self healing. Honestly, I thought. I don't know. Magic also has self healing, but no like real defense. But Iron Fist really is good for like the surprise factor and getting behind the team, where Magic just rushes in head on. That's what I've done from my experience. But yeah, honestly, surprised Iron Fist doesn't have much higher of a win rate or pick rate. Because like I was seeing Iron Fists every other game for like a while. Now on to the one I like, Namor, with almost a 51% win rate. Namor was considered to be kind of mediocre until people found out that he's pretty much just he's very similar to Hela, and yeah, honestly, a 50% win rate is good. Namor is like the character I have the most playtime. I think I'm sitting around 8 hours as of recording. The octopies are good. The ultimate is really good for dealing with any character with movement. So Iron Fist, Magic, Spider, Psych, Star-Lord, Black Panther, all these people. But yeah. And they're getting a lot of buffs next season, so I'm expecting this to be way higher. Squirrel Girl. Man, this pick rate's kind of low. I thought I was seeing more than this. 46. The main thing that makes this character not super good is the ultimate, which they are fixing how that works. Fine by me. Black Panther. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I thought Black Panther was not good, but then I played a couple of matches where just there was an enemy Black Panther and he was destroying. He is getting nerfed, which I think is fair because if you're all grouping up, Black Panther just does so much damage. Wolverine. Yeah, people just didn't have enough time to learn how to figure him out this season. People are now starting to get there, but it's still late into the season that we're not going to see many of the changes. I mean, now that people actually know like how to like play Wolverine, and with the buff that he's getting next season, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets up to like 50%. Storm. Storm is a sleeper pick in my opinion. Like, I've played with a couple of really good Storms. They can just control the game, and with how many buffs they're getting next season, I am excited to see how high this can go. And lastly, for Duelist, we got Black Widow. Nothing really of surprise here. Lowest win rate and lowest pick rate. Black Widow's not that good. It's unfortunate, but she's just not. So she's getting a couple of buffs, which are nice, but yeah. Alright, we are on to Strategists. When we're beginning with the newest one, Cloak and Dagger with 26% pick rate and a 48% win rate. I mean, Cloak and Dagger is just incredibly good. The ultimate, if you get that up, you're not dying. No one on your team should be dying unless there's like an Iron Man ult. But even then, like good Cloak and Daggers, that Cloak's invisibility thing, that's really strong. The blind's really strong. Everything about Cloak and Dagger's kit is just incredibly good, and they've decided to buff Cloak and Dagger. I don't know why, but yeah. Mantis. I do not play enough Mantis to like have too much to comment on, but they currently have the highest win rate. I mean, yeah, I know they do a lot of healing. They got a damage boost. They've got a stun. They just have a really solid kit from how I've played with and against them, but I just don't know Mantis. I'm gonna Luna Snow with a higher win rate than Cloak and Dagger. I don't play a lot of Luna Snow either, but the ultimate is just incredibly good. It's just really good for surviving. If you're playing really well, you can get multiple up per like round. I think I've played with a couple of Lunas who get like 3 ults per round on like domination, which is really nice. But yeah, Jeff. Honestly, surprised Jeff's pick rate wasn't higher because I was seeing so many Jeffs, and only in our lowest win rate by far, with I'll just say it 45. Unfortunately, Jeff's not the best. What made Jeff kind of good is he's really good in time. If you just need to get the enemy team off of objective, Jeff is objectively the best character for that. With it's Jeff, but with how the odds gonna get changed, I'm just I don't. It's unfortunate because I think this is gonna go lower. Rocket Raccoon. Now this is the strategist I play the most, and I can say this makes 100% sense. Rocket is incredibly good. The team up with Bucky and Punisher, incredibly good. Really consistent healing. The armor patch plus revives, really good. The ultimate, there are like so many games where I just get ultimate within a minute because of how much healing I do. The one thing that is lacking in Rocket's kit is he does not deal too much damage, and that's mostly because he does not get the chance to. But I would like to see if they could up his damage numbers just like a tiny bit. But yeah, honestly, Rocket Raccoon, really good. Loki. This is another one I've played a good amount of. 52% pick rate. I mean, no, that's win rate. Honestly, Loki is kind of slept on. Being able to have two of any ultimate is really strong. In most case scenarios, I am copying someone like Strange on Loki, or like if it's in time, I'm going for like a Iron Man, maybe a GIF if they have it. But honestly, Loki having a really high win rate, I think also has to do a bit with Hela being really strong. But yeah, I'm happy to see Loki having a really good win rate. And lastly, Adam Warlock. I play a good amount of Warlock, and he's good. He does he does struggle a bit with healing since all of his healing is just tied to abilities, and he doesn't have like a non cooldown way to heal. But even then, having two lives with the passive and being able to revive your team after something like a maximum pulse, honestly, I'm not surprised that he has a high win rate. Plus, he has one of the strongest team ups with the highest support Mantis and Star Lord. So, which is just Adam Warlock is, I think, really kind of slept on. Lastly, we have the Vanguards. We're starting off immediately with Penny with a 53% win rate. Penny is just incredibly strong. With how many dive heroes this game has, Penny can just kind of say no to them. The Spider's Nest is really good. The mines she can place are good for like cheese kills. Penny's kit overall is just really good. Having a really good stun. I am not surprised to see this. Strange. Strange also a really good kit. Eye of Agamotto is one of the best ultimates in the game. He has the best shield undeniably because it's not on cooldown. And just works like a barrier in Overwatch. But yeah, I am not surprised to see Strange here. Venom. Yeah, Venom here makes sense. I was seeing a fair amount of him. Not super high win rate. That's because I think people are starting to pick up on knowing when to stun him before he can get his healing boosts off. And with the amount of like range that this game has, like Hawkeye, Hela, Venom just really isn't good for that, along with shields. Plus Penny being up here is kind of eh. So the one to beat is Penny right now. Thor. Thor I think is really strong. The Thor Force is really good. The ultimate is the only thing. Getting stunned under that just felt really bad. But I know they are changing that, so I would expect this to go way higher. Magneto. This is the Vanguard I undoubtedly play the most out of. And I will say Magneto I think is really good. The team up with Wanda's good. The Primary Fire is good. Having technically three different barriers is good. The ultimate's pretty good. Magneto, really solid kit, and just it reflects here. I would say same thing with Groot. I feel like I was seeing a lot more Groots than I was Magnetos. So I'm surprised he has a lower pick rate, but then again, it is not by much. Having a lower win rate, I mean, the one thing is Magneto does have range with his ability. You charge up the knockback one, but Groot doesn't have. Groot's primary has a decent amount of range, but not a whole lot. But yeah, honestly, I would have thought this would be a bit higher, but eh. Hulk. Hulk is really slept on, especially in console. I hardly ever see them. In fact, I think I've seen more caps than Hulks, so I'm surprised by this. But yeah, the shield is really good, the damage is really good, the ultimate's really good. Hulk is just really good, and having a team up with Strange, which doesn't really matter, but it does matter with Iron Man. Yeah, the Iron Man team up is just, it destroys. But honestly, like, I've played a decent amount of Vanguard in ranked. A comp I'd commonly run would be like Hulk Penny or Hulk Strange, and those comps do really good. Lastly, we have Captain America. Um, 48% win rate. That's just kind of, I don't know if people have figured out how to play Cap yet. Then again, they are getting a lot of buffs next season, so this will probably go higher. Okay, now on to what we need to be looking at for next season. So these are the balancing patches that go live tomorrow, technically tonight at midnight. I don't know time zones, and I'm not doing that math in my head. But yeah, starting off with Cap, reduce the delay for shield restoration after releasing Living Legend from 3 to 2 seconds. The dash minus 2 seconds, increase the base health by 20%, and reduce the energy cost for Freedom Charge by 300. So his ult's easier to get. Oh yeah, and reduce the additional health provided from 110 to 100. So the shield bash has a shorter cooldown. He's got more health. His ultimate's cheaper. And his shield comes back quicker, I think. I think that's what this is, but honestly, cap changes, sure. Doctor Strange. Add damage fall off to Maelstrom of Madness. So this is his thing you get when you, his explosion you get after dealing damage. Having fall off on this, I think, is kind of good. So it means I don't know what the radius is on this, or the range on this. So if 8 meters is the maximum it can go, having 70%. So if you're far away, 70%. Okay. Yeah, and decreasing the recovery rate from 80 to 70 per second. Good changes. Strange felt a bit too strong. The shield was just annoying to deal with. And the darkness explosion thingy, that's having some damage fall off. Good change. Thor, 25 health. And the big one, immunity to God of Thunder. This is really good. Now this ult can't get cancelled. So, happy about this. Hulk, reduce the bubble from 250 to 200. It's unfortunate, but I get it. Like, the bubble was a bit too strong, so that's fine. Lastly, Venom. Increase the symbiotic resilience bonus health ratio. So this is the health gain from 1 to 1.2. I mean, and increase the damage from 40 to 50 on the ultimate. Yeah, these are fine. Venom definitely was struggling a bit this season with all of the range, so I'm happy to see them. Hopefully they can find some play to this. Duelists. Reduce the additional health after the dash from 40 to 30, and upper limit of additional health from 120 to 75. These are really big nerfs for Black Panther, but it's kind of I still think they'll be somewhat playable, but we'll have to see. Black Widow, increase the range of the kick from 3 to 5. Reduce the time required to recover from 0. So, reduce the time to get to full stamina from 12 to 4. Okay, so she's gonna have sprint constantly, and her ultimate charges a little bit quicker. I mean, I don't know if this is going to make her a lot better. The unfortunate thing about her is the only way to make her like for sure meta is to give her a one shot, but no one wants that. So it's kind of this weird kind of thing with Black Widow, but hopefully maybe these changes actually do something, and I'm just not seeing it. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, Hawkeye. Reduce the spread angle between every two blast arrows, so it'll be so they'll be closer to each other. Okay, and reduce the triggering distance of the passive from 60 meters to 40, and reduce the maximum damage from 80 to 70. I mean, yeah, that's fine. To be fair, I don't know what like any of this means. I think this first one is just tighter spread, so they'll so the arrows will land closer to each other, and this one is the full charge will take longer to get to. Now, Hela, 25% less health. No, 25 less HP. I know there's more. I've gone through these before, and I know there's more nerfs, but an additional damage nerf I think would be good. But, Magic, increase the dash in Darkchild form from 115 to 135. This might be a bit overkill, but I'll wait till practice. Moon Knight, increase the number of projectiles from 10 to 14 in the ultimate, and increase the explosion radius from 4 meters to 5 meters. This is a bit scary, and that's mainly because I don't know what it is, but like Moon Knights get their ults like every 90 seconds, and that's mainly to do with like how Moon Knight's designed as a character, but this is kind of scary. Or this could do totally nothing. Namor, adjusting the throwing feel of the spawns, and Namor can throw them more accurately. I'm fine with this. It sounds like just like a little quality of life thing for Namor. I'm happy with this. This is not the big one. There's a lot more than this. Cyclock. Ultimate ability when I'll check for bubbles. I mean, it should have done that from the start, but it's fine because it only really affects Magnetos and Hulks. I guess the one thing this does kind of do is it makes Hulk kind of like an anti-Cyclock pick. You wait for them to go all, and then you group up with your team, and then you just pop bubble, and nothing dies. Punisher, reducing the spread of shotgun and AR. Whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Scarlet Witch. Increase Chaos Control's fixed damage from 50 to 60. So, reduce the percentage damage from 5 to 3%, 5% to 3%, and increase the burst's projectile damage from 30 to 35. Chaos Control, I would think, is. Let's see. I mean, there are Wanda changes, so I don't know how much this is going to impact things, but maybe this changes something. Something I can actually talk about. Storm. Increased Wind Blade projectile speed from 100 to 150, and the primary fire from 50 to 55. So this just means Storm's going to be sniping people constantly. Increased the bolt rush damage from 70 to 80, and increased the overhealth and ultimate by 100, and the extra health will stay with you and diminish at 100 per second. So that means you get technically like 5 seconds of overhealth. It's technically 4.5, but still, I mean, these changes are undeniably going to make Storm really good. She's going to be sniping things a lot more consistently. The bullet's fine, but having it do a little bit of extra damage is okay. But yeah, honestly, Storm is going to be a bit scary this season. Squirrel Girl, uh, addition. They changed it so they will now like for sure target enemies instead of running to the other side of the map. That's a good change. Uh, the ultimate just kind of felt bad when it didn't hit anything, so this at least guarantees it'll do something. And the funniest changed, reduce the HP of the ultimate from 600 to 300. I had the reaction everyone else did and went, the ultimate had fucking health? But yeah. Winter Soldier. Increased bonus health provided by the hook and the voltage from 30 to 40. That's scary. Increase the gun's damage to 75. Reduce the area damage from 70 to 65. Reduce the damage decay from 65 at 40 meters to 60. And increase base health from 250 to 275. These are all incredibly scary. Winter Soldier was already really strong with the again. And this just makes him a bit better. Well, not a bit better. And there's one more buff to Rocket down below that makes him that makes this a bit more scary. So I'm just scared. Wolverine increased base health from 300 to 350, and reduced the damage reduction from the scream by 10%. So it's at 40. Okay. I'm kind of I like how they're distributing power. I wonder if this hurts Wolverine. Which one of these matters more, this or this? But regardless, I'm excited to see how this plays out. Cloak and Dagger. Reduce Dagger Storm from 15 to 12. And add an extra rush to Eternal Bond, the ultimate. Why? The ultimate didn't need this. It just didn't. The ultimate was incredibly good. This just makes it cover more range. So, yeah, Cloak and Dagger is going to be incredible for this, but sure. Jeff. Ultimate ability is now changed to a sphere instead of a cylinder. This I'm okay with. People just didn't like how you could be in the air and you get eaten out of it with Jeff's ultimate, which is completely understandable. It was kind of some stupid bullshit you could do. So the fact that they changed it to a sphere with a little bit of height, yeah, that's fine. And increase the bubbles healing from 140 to 150. I believe this is the bubble at least. But honestly, yeah, that's good. Don't know if this makes Jeff much better, but I make Jeff less irritating. Luna. Increase the interval switching between healing and damage fall off of both worlds from... Okay, so she just takes longer to switch between healing and boosting. I don't know if... this might hurt Luna a lot, but I don't know. Mantis, reduce Nature Flower passive movement bonus from 2.5 to 1.5. Oh, so so she's going to be moving a bit actually, it looks like a decent amount slower next season. But okay, and Rocket Raccoon, increase the healing of repair mode from 60 to 70. Rocket's healing was already incredibly good. Don't think this was needed, but you know what? I'll take it. Now, for the real juice, the team-ups. Hawkeye and Black Widow. Season bonus, so the anchor bonus is down to 15%. And it's the same thing for Hela. They are getting taken down from 20 to 15. That feels like fine. This is the spicy one that this is one of the spicy ones that I like. Actually, no, there's a couple in here I like, but this is the one I really like. So, Namor, the Frozen Spawn does 27 damage. Frozen Spawn slowing effect increased to 30%, and increased Berserker's state damage to 16 to 18. This is just insanely good. Luna plus Namor was already incredibly good. The Frozen Spawn made Namor so much more tedious to deal with. And whenever I had a Luna while I was on Namor, I was incredibly happy. But the fact that they're buffing it, this was not needed, but I will 100% take it because it'll be fun. Rocket Raccoon. Reduce the cooldown of the infinite ammo from 45 to 40. That's a good change. I'm happy about this, and that's mainly because the cooldown just felt really bad. 40 hopefully feels a lot better, but 45 just felt too long. Scarlet Witch and Magneto. Increase the direct damage from 55 to 60, and increase the splash from 30 to 35. This sword I think is kind of slept on, so the fact that this is getting some more damage, I am happy with. Hopefully it can kill things a lot more consistently, but yeah. And Storm, the Thor Storm one. Reduce the cooldown by 5 seconds and increase the damage to 55. I don't know what this team up does. I mean, I've played around with it a little bit. It's like fine. Storm was already really good, so this might not have been needed. At least I think the cooldown thing was actually kind of needed because I did play Storm once with a Thor, and it just the 20-second cooldown felt really bad on that. But yeah, that's everything I've got for you today. If you've enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Catch you all in the next video.